And building on this, imagine if we cut it all and burn it all. What is going to happen? All of this is going to go into the atmosphere, and this is a part of greenhouse gas emissions. And what is RED plus, the reduction of emissions from deforestation and degradation, is exactly to prevent this release of carbon from land use change. The jargon of the climate change group of people is land use change. It's change this land use of forest to agriculture or to pasture. And this is one of the challenges, to keep, as Val was mentioning, carbon stored here.
Yeah.
And if the forest is in equilibrium, then the amount of carbon which is released through this process that Val just described is the same as the amount which is being trapped. We use the term sequestered by the tree ecosystem. But there's lots of data showing that forests in the recent years in the Amazon are trapping more carbon. And this is an issue of debate among scientists whether or not now this, the extent to which this is happening. Now there's a very good researcher here at INPA, Niro Iguchi, who monitors this, and what his results and others are saying is that there's been a small increase in the amount of biomass trapped. And there's a whole discussion of why this is happening, so this is more ecological debate. But and until when? Because it's not going to grow forever. There might be another point. And then if we have forest fires here, not with deforestation, but just a fire, then there is also a release of carbon. And forest fires, as we discussed yesterday, and I think Tom is going to pick up on this later today, are likely to increase. And more fires, more release. And there's a subtlety of Amazon forests, because as you can see, very few trees have bark, thick bark. Bark, this is, very few trees have thick bark. It's different from the savannas, the cerrado in Brazil, which have thick barks. So when there's a fire here, lots of tree dies because they don't have the protection of a thick bark. And once a big tree dies, it becomes more dead biomass. So the next fire is even stronger because there's more fuel to burn. And people are one of the issues that ecologists are discussing is whether this is going to create a snowball effect. More droughts, more fire, more dead biomass, and more dead biomass, stronger fires, and this is an issue, and I'm sure Tom is going to get more into this.
But don't fires create gaps that allow more growth?
Yeah, but a different kind of species. With suppose that we have 3 fires here, once a year fire, then lots of those old saplings are going to die, and only these fast-growing species, the fugitive species that Tom mentioned, are going to take over. So we will have another vegetation, but it's going to be a poorer vegetation, not only in terms of plants, but also associated animals with that poor vegetation.
And physiologically too.